That we're in as a club, we can't take away from the massive part in that he's played in terms of Ollie Watkins. But is his form at the moment a concern for you, Richard?
Not really. Not really. I mean, he's there's a lot of comments coming in about him, and I can understand it to a certain extent based on his performance yesterday. I'm not sure what the situation was yesterday, whether he's, Emery sort of said he's had a knee injury that he's trying to nurse him back from. He certainly wasn't making the runs that he maybe could have, that he has done previously against, any team. He wasn't really getting involved as he could have done. But, when was his last goal? Was it Brentford to get the winner just before the international break? Well, yeah, it's not like he has. It's not like it's like loads of games that he hasn't scored in. He didn't start against Preston. He came on and missed a couple of good chances. He didn't start against Brighton, and he started yesterday. So that was his first start since the Brentford game. So I'm not really that concerned. We've got 11, 12, hopefully 14 matches to go this season. I'm sure he's going to get some more goals. I'm sure he's going to continue to kind of play his part. And I think there was a comment from John that, without his goals, we wouldn't be in this position where we are right now. And that's this season and last season. And I think it's Aston Villa updates on X. He's still got the highest number of goal contributions from any player for Aston Villa this season. So, yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine.
Obviously, Martin, there's a lot of Villa fans that do. I don't want to use the word scapegoat because I think their opinion is absolutely valid. And look, there's been times this season where, before we have this 7-game winning run, I think it's absolutely right to say that the amount of big chances he'd missed had cost us. He's a big striker for us. Obviously, he was out of the team for a bit. I think he was dropped, wasn't he, for Duran, because Duran was scoring in every game. So I don't think that was.
But that's fine though. I don't really understand what the problem is there. Like, we're talking about what a great squad we've got.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, I don't understand what the problem is there. Like for us. Yeah, we can talk about for players. Sorry, they want to play every game. I understand that, but from our perspective, it's like, okay, I don't know. Kamara was out of the team yesterday. Does that mean that he's Onana's suddenly better than him? I don't know. I'm just. I know goalkeepers and strikers are always the ones who get the most criticism because they're the ones who win you the points or cost you the points. I get that, but I don't know. Yeah. I think Watkins is a player. If he leaves, and he possibly will do, we will miss what he brought more when he's not here. When we're looking at another striker and saying, he doesn't do what Ollie Watkins did.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just depends on the level of the club you're at the time and who you bring in to replace. But look, I'm in the Watkins fan club. I just think, obviously, he has these patches which are purple and patches which are fruitless. I know fruitless isn't a colour. You get what I'm saying? I mean, Martin, where do you stand on this?
I'm starting to get to the point now. I'm a little bit annoyed with Ollie Watkins' inconsistencies. Like, I'm not turning into Sam people. Let's get that one out there, right? He's been criticism of Ollie Watkins because he wants more from him, which is understandable. But I'm at the point now where Ollie Watkins should be more consistent in front of goal and really shouldn't be missing all these big chances. Like, if you're a Premier League striker, you cannot be missing these big chances. Fair enough if we're only starting under the Unai Emery era where he needs to be coached to stay in the middle, which was what he was told at the beginning. Remember when he had the interview with, Shoes from Soccer AM, that Emery told him just stay in the middle. That's exactly what he done, and he got more goals from it. So now he's at the stage of he needs to be doing a hell of a lot more than what he is, in my opinion. Now, am I expecting 30 goals a season from him? Absolutely not, because goals now can come from all around the pitch. But in saying that, he needs to be doing a lot more. His whole of pay this season hasn't really been good. Yes, he's still probably our top goal scorer and has the most goals contributions in the team. But he should have a lot more than what he has now. And
but Emmy Martinez, Emmy Martinez should have more clean sheets. Does that mean Emmy Martinez isn't a good goalkeeper?
No, and you're right, and I would agree on that as well. That Emmy Martinez should have more clean sheets because he has given away a lot. But in saying that, I think Ollie Watkins' threat might be underplaced this summer. You know, because
I agree
you've got
with
Marcus
that.
Rashford, who was playing in the middle for the last while, and he's getting himself a couple of goals in great positions where Ollie Watkins probably doesn't score, in my opinion, because it's 50-50 that way. But I seen a stat the other day that Ollie Watkins played 62 minutes against Forest, only had about 9 touches of the ball and didn't get one single shot off, where Marcus Rashford was on the pitch for about 15-20 minutes, and he had about 20 touches of the ball, and he had 2 shots off. So what does that tell me? That tells me Ollie Watkins at the minute, and
it's a different. Yeah, but it's a different.
He's not quite there.
Martin, it's a different stage of the game, mate. If Ollie Watkins had come on after 60 minutes, Ollie Watkins would probably had 25 to. Like this is all relative, isn't it? He didn't have a good game yesterday.
Rich
didn't have a good game yesterday. Hang on. Let me finish. He didn't have a good game yesterday. That's fine. That's fine. But it's a difficult one to say, oh, well, Rashford came on and had 20 touches, Ollie Watkins had, because the game was completely different. Nottingham Forest were matching us man for man, and there was space in behind at that point because they were just going, right, let's just go for it. It's more nuanced than that. I'm not saying that Ollie Watkins didn't have a good game yesterday. He didn't. Now maybe that is he's not fully fit. I don't know. Maybe it is he's a little bit out of form. But as I said, in his last start for Villa, he scored the winning goal against Brentford.
But even before that, he's still showing in games now where he's not having good games. Is that because he's under pressure from players that?
When?
But when did he have a good game before the Brentford game? Like he hasn't really exactly set the world alight this season when he should have. He came off the back of summer being a hero, and to what now? Like the inconsistency he's showing this season.
But Emmy Martinez has been the same. John McGinn has been the same.
And I'm not justifying Emmy
Leon
Martinez.
Bailey's been the same.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
But he's just.
I just think it's an easy target to say Ollie Watkins isn't good enough when he's scored the most goals for us in the last 5 seasons. He's had a ridiculous number of goal contributions. And you got people like Gary who are loving the chat saying, "Oh, sign Liam Delap." Liam Delap's had half a good season. But
Liam Delap only has 1 goal less than Ollie Watkins in a struggling team.
Yeah, but he's not gonna.
Imagine you put him in a Villa and getting these big chances.
That's happened countless times in the Premier League. A player has had a good season for a lower level Premier League club, or a great season for a Championship club, and they go, "Oh, go and sign him. He'll be brilliant at a better season, at a better team," and they'd flop. Now, I'm not saying that Liam Delap isn't a great player or a good player, but we're talking about a player who's had half a season where he's been good.
Yeah, just missed more chances than what he scored. You know, like he's missing all these big chances.
Yeah, so, that is what it is.
I'm just going to back up your point, Rich, as well. That obviously when Watkins came on against Preston, he had numerous chances. I mean, he didn't score them. He didn't score them, but the game was different, obviously, by that point then, and Preston were obviously then a bit more open, and then, he had like 2 chances in the first few minutes. But listen, this Watkins debate will rumble on. I mean, I am frustrated. I think I'm somewhere in between, really. I'm frustrated at the fact that I think if we'd not been on this amazing winning run and the contributions, obviously, albeit Watkins has contributed to it as well, of course, but, Asensio...
Like the winning goal against Brentford.
Yeah, which obviously is key, yeah. But I think it's a bit of a different opinion on it if we're now 10th in the league and out of the FA Cup, isn't it? I think then you probably look at it differently. But let's be clear, right? This guy has done unbelievable things for us. He's been loyal to this club. Obviously, it's been good for him as well in terms of contracts and stuff. And he's going to be our record Premier League goal scorer, and he's played a massive part of us getting here. And look, it's a good debate to have. It's healthy, obviously, to talk about this kind of stuff, but there's loads to play for this season. I'm absolutely convinced he'll play a key part in it, and he's a key part of the squad. And it's probably actually good that he's got this pressure, probably pressure we didn't see coming when Duran went, that we've got Marlon, we've got Rashford, we've probably even got a Rodgers that can play there. But look, we don't want to talk about Watkins all night. Let's talk about
one thing. Just it'd be interesting, just in the chat and in general, like how many goals would he need to score for people to say, "Oh, he's a great player"? If it's all about stats like goals and assists, how many? What does he need to do?
It's not about that, Rich. It's about the fact that he's missed so many chances. Like he needs, like at least in my opinion, the way I'm seeing it in the last few years now, and I'm only starting to
so yeah, so how many? 6 or 7
chances to get one goal.
So how many? How many then?
It's not really about that. If he has a 15 goal a season, yes, you could say it's a great season. But when you look at the amount of chances he's missed, it's just then it's a bit underwhelming for him. He should have a hell of a lot more than what he's getting. Like these chances, yes, sometimes goalkeepers pull off worldy saves from them, and they're understandable. They happen in games. But when you have chances after chances after chances, and he only gets one from them, I just think it's not good enough. Like his movement off the ball is incredible. His hold of play can be good as well. He does all this works and stuff, which is good to Villa. But it gets to a certain point where you need to take that away from your game and let the wingers and just sit in the box and put them away.
So Erling Haaland then? Would you rather have...
It's not an Erling Haaland. I'm not expecting an Erling Haaland, right? I'm absolutely not. But Ollie Watkins, in my opinion, even though he has 13 goals this season, but the amount of chances that he's missed, he should at least be on 20, at least.
Shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
And you're right, and you're right in what you're saying. Emi Martinez should have more clean sheets, and you were absolutely right. But there's also defensive errors from the defenders in front of him that has cost him that too. But Ollie Watkins,
well, like I say, there's great saves from goalkeepers there's great saves from goalkeepers that stop Ollie Watkins from scoring.
Can I just ask a question? What do you think is talked about more at the moment in terms of contentious issues? Donald Trump, Adolescence, the TV show, or
Ollie Watkins,
Ollie Watkins, or the cost of living crisis?
Oh wow!
Ollie Watkins is going to be on Question Time soon.
I just think I just think in general we're so obsessed with goals and assists, and I obviously opened it up by saying he's got the most goals and assists. We're so obsessed with it, but it's like there's football more than that. And yeah, he didn't have a good game yesterday. That's fine. I'd take that point, but you know he's done so much for Aston Villa, and I think we will rue the whatever. We won't rue it, but we will look back on his time at Aston Villa if he does leave with great admiration when we're trying to talk about other players that are missing, other strikers that are missing chances. Like, every striker misses chances.